Okay, I'm really not sure what work I've done. I've got some stuff on video, so this video that you're going to watch right now will be just a compilation of stuff I've been working on. I got really behind with the end of the school year and doing some other things, but now that it's summertime, I got to get back to work on this. I don't know if you can hear on the video, but the wheel bearing on this right side is making a lot of noise. And when we're turning left and it puts all the weight on the right side, you can really hear it. But when I come up here and go straight, and I'm going to turn a little bit to the right and take the load off, it gets quiet. Loud, quiet. That needs to be fixed. I contacted a mini trucks parts supplier, and they said that these wheel bearings, you could only get them from Japan, and they asked them what they were. They wouldn't tell me. They said I could get one for this price or two for this price. Come to find out, it's two different bearings. They didn't even know that. They're only familiar with the four-wheel drive bearings, which is about a $80 to $120 bearing. So I already pulled off the wheel once and checked, and it's two bearings, two different ones. So I'm going to see if I got these right. I ordered these off of eBay based on the numbers that were on the bearings in here, but I'm not quite sure if I got it just perfect. We'll find out. Someone in a comment asked me about these wheels. I bought these Miata wheels. I gave $80 for the set. They weren't in great condition. I sanded them down a little bit. This is raw, not painted. The spokes are painted. But to fit them on this truck, the backs fit perfectly. The front hits this dust cap right here that I'm about to remove. So what I did with all the wheels was I took my wood router, yes, my wood router with the cheap bit, and I rounded the inside of it out right there so that it clears that right there. Once you've removed this cotter pin, this nut is 24 millimeters. Next, you got to remove this caliper. It has two 17 millimeter bolts on the back. With that out of the way, that comes right off. And here's your two bearings. This one's marked as a Koyo 62/28 RK, which RK I think means only one seal. And this one is a Koyo 3604 RS. Again, the RS refers to the rubber seals. I don't know how these come out, so let's see what I can do. I don't really like hammering out bearings, especially from the inner race, but I really don't know how else to do this. And the other one came out just fine, but this back one is the one I think is the one that's messed up. So let's see if it's moving. Yeah, it's coming out. All right, a few more hits. That was it. There it is. All right, this is the bearing that I suspect is making all the noise. It has a rubber seal on one side. Again, this is a Koyo 62/28 RK. The one that I was able to get is a Koyo 62/28 RS. And I think the RS means because it's got rubber seals on both sides. Now here's my thing. I don't know if when I put this back in, if I should remove one of the inner seals or leave it as it is. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. It should be the one that goes in this side right here. And yes, definitely going to fit. I have this lined up, ready to go in. I'm going to use the old bearing and the hammer to tap around this outer race instead of actually tapping on this one. If you got better ideas, please let me know. A big socket would work, but I just don't have anything that big. try this. It's definitely going down. I'm gonna get a piece of wood to put on top of this so I can hit it centered. Almost. And if you're watching this and thinking, man, this is hard to watch, that's how it feels in my brain. Oh yeah, perfect. Make sure that's the same. Yes, exactly. One more tap for good luck. Broken. All right. Now for the outer one. Before I put the outer one on, I noticed this was full of grease. I took out all the old grease, and I'm going to pack grease in between these. That grease will go around this bushing, so I got to get the grease off of that too. I'm not really sure what this little bushing is for, but I know it goes in here. There's a groove now, so I'm going to fill up all in between there with grease. I guess that's the right thing to do, so just shove it down in there. All right, here's the bearing that came out. Here's the bearing I'm putting back in. This is the same number, 6304 RS. But this one doesn't have a seal on the inside, and this one does. So just tell me, like, am I making a huge mistake by leaving that seal on? Because I can pop it out, but I mean, it was made this way. So I'm just gonna go with it. So let me put this one on now. All right, the rear bearing, the front bearing. Let's see if it'll go back on there. A lot of extra grease. Ooh, that's nice. All right, let's get this put back together. All right, I'm not sure if that's snug enough or not. I'm always worried about over tightening bearings. But let's get this caliper back on, throw it all back together. Now I showed you to fit these Miata wheels, I ground away the inside of the inside of the wheel right here. I don't think that's going to cause any issues. Some people out there are going to be like, yeah, it's going to break the wheel, whatever. Anyway, another thing you could have done was either remove that cap. I couldn't find anything slimmer around the edges, or run just a tiny spacer, one of those little shim type spacers. Don't use washers, but you know, just one of those 5mm spacers or whatever, and then you wouldn't have to worry about that. All right, it's all back together. Before I do anything else, let's take it for a test ride and see if I can still hear that noise. So far so good. Let's get out on the road and go about 40. Going on up here. Oh, there's some liquor. Somebody been drinking and driving. All right, let's get it up to speed. No noise. Beautiful. Because before I could hear this, and if I change directions, no. Nailed it. Sweet. When I bought this truck, I noticed it had non-matching headlights. I wish they were both like this one, but unfortunately it's just one of these. So I bought some replacement headlights and I'll be putting those in. I also have a sneaky suspicion that these headlights are positive grounded instead of negative grounded, and so I've got some wiring that I might need to be doing in here. The biggest thing that's been stopping me from doing this is this trim panel, because it's held on with plastic clips, and I'm afraid that when I pull this off, they're gonna break and then I won't be able to get it back on. And so I went ahead and bought the correct clips to replace these with, and these were not cheap. So right now I'm gonna pull this off, see how many break, and see what it's gonna take to get this all taken apart. All right, looks like it was good planning because this clip is broken. These seem to be fine, but that clip under there is broken. And here, this one's broken or missing. That one's good, that one's good, that one's good, that one's good. That one also is broken or missing. This needs to be cleaned up so it doesn't keep rusting. I love finding all these little Japanese labels on the vehicle. Unfortunately, I don't read Japanese, but I use the Google app translate text using the camera, and if you just hold it there, it translates live. So this is all about how to remove the radiator cap and things like this, but it's just neat to have a way to read it. This trim screw is stripped, so I'm drilling that out and I have to remove that. Evidently this one stripped a long time ago and they put a nut and bolt through here, so I'm going to clean that up and use something different. All right, I got all the buckets out and here they are, and I'm going to take a wire wheel, get this rust off and spray some paint to protect them. This is where both screws were stripped off. While I'm working on these, I'm going to grind this insert off the back and use one of these, and I'm switching every screw that I get to stainless steel so I won't have anything rusting in anymore. I've cleaned up all underneath the headlight buckets and behind the grill pretty good. It's not perfect, but I got it really good. This over here I thought was rust, but that's just discoloration from the rust that was on the brackets that I just painted. So I sanded and took all the rust off of these, and I've painted them, and I mean there's still some rust showing, but they're a whole lot better than they were. So I'm going to go ahead and put the new headlights in these buckets and assemble them. I anticipated this being a problem. I'm running LED bulbs, and these, the factory wiring unfortunately is a positive ground instead of a negative ground. So in anticipation, I bought these relay units. I could have done this myself, but it was just so much easier to buy them. So what this does is this adds a ground, and this relay switches it around so that it is now negative grounded the way LED bulbs need it to be for the polarity. So now I just have to find a place to kind of tuck away this control box so it doesn't bang around, and I can put the new headlights in. I attached the relay box with some double-sided tape right here on the side. It fits out of the way, and you can still plug the headlight in right here. As far as the headlights, I got some conversions. All I wanted was glass, and so I got glass lens because I didn't want them to turn yellow. And I'm not sure how these will look at night, whether the pattern will be good. If it's not, I'll have to do something else, but right now I like them. I still have some cleaning to do. I went ahead and debadged. I took off the Autozam badge because I never really liked it, but really I think it looks nice and clean. One thing that's bothered me ever since I got this is these little bumpers that stop the tailgate from hitting the side. I was missing one, and I ended up finding some used, but man, why is everything for these so expensive? As you can see, my bed caps are in real rough shape. I already took the screw out of this one. Really bad. I've got like a kid size 3D printer, and I was able to print all these. It printed 2 at a time, took about a couple hours. Some of them turned out really good and some of them didn't, and I've had to grind these down. But I'm going to install these right now and we're going to see how they look. I even have the little caps that go up there, but I'd have to take off the headache bar right now, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll install these later. This is one that I made. The face turned out really good, but the inside turned out bad. So I just filed it down with a with my angle grinder. That actually fits really good. Now I'm just going to put a screw in here. I bought some stainless steel screws. So I'm going to go ahead and replace all of these front and back, side to side. My GoPro just stopped working, so I guess that's a good time to just wrap this up. Thanks for joining along. I'm sorry that this update has been so all over the place. Hopefully next time there'll be more introduction into what I'm doing. I still don't even know what's going on in this video until I start editing it later. So hopefully whatever I did was good. If you got any questions, ask me in the comments. If you want to subscribe, it's free. Thanks a lot.